Well, hello and welcome to another Happy Travellers vlog.
Welcome everybody. We had a lovely day today with one of our subscribers who's now our friend. His name is Dave, and he's got Harley, his golden
Harvey.
retriever dog, and that we've had a nice walk along the beach with them today. Pippin enjoyed it very much. We
Have
all
a look
did,
at Dave's
yes.
channel. He's called Wayfarer.
Yeah.
And you'll know him because his little icon is the dog,
Yes.
Harvey, with a pair of sunglasses on.
Yeah.
So, great to meet you, Dave.
Yes,
And,
yeah. All the best.
also, what I'd like to do is just have a massive big shout out to Steve, who sent me an email today just telling me more information about the electrical systems on the auto trail and why the solar panel won't ever charge our batteries properly, and what to do about it, and the fact that the onboard charger for the batteries is never big enough to charge the batteries up fully anyway. So that was a great piece of information. Really appreciated that. So watch out for upcoming videos about me fitting a new charge controller for the current solar panel on top, and eventually getting that DC battery to battery charger. Still choosing the right one for that.
Yeah, don't rush into it, darling. No, take your time. Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. But
Yeah.
I thought today we'll have a little chat about buying a motorhome, or more correctly, what to look out for when you are buying a motorhome, or indeed a caravan. We spent ages, didn't we? 9 months choosing the first motorhome we ever bought.
Yeah, we did, and we didn't get it right.
No.
We kept thinking that a big garage was everything. We needed so much storage. But I think by the time we've finished sorting out here, we'll have empty cupboards and that.
We are still going through that downsizing,
we are.
and
I like
really
that
things.
KonMari lady. Yeah.
the KonMari method.
Yes. It doesn't bring you joy or something like that.
If it's not useful,
Yeah.
if it doesn't bring you joy, then get rid of it.
Because I don't know about you, but what makes me so cross is when you open a cupboard and things fall out and it's absolutely jam-packed and you can't see what's in there or anything at all. So I'm so happy when I've tidied the cupboards and sorted them out.
So what should you be looking for when you go searching for a motorhome? And some of the things that I think about now, if we were starting again, knowing what we know now, I'd definitely make the dealer let me have a look on the roof, because we never looked at the roof of either motorhome. The first one was brand new, so the roof should have been sorted, and this one, our second motorhome, it was used, and I should have had a look on the roof to see what condition it was in. And there's a lesson for everybody there. You should always inspect the roof of your motorhome and caravan before you buy it and part with any money at all. On the new motorhome, when they fitted the solar panel on top, they didn't seal the cable inlet properly, and I only spotted that when I was up sort of searching around for other things and looking for space where I could maybe put another solar panel, and I spotted it, and if I hadn't spotted it, that would have failed and let water in, ruined. Water coming in ruins your home. So definitely look on the roof. Another story that we've heard recently from Jason and Karen, they bought a similar, the same motorhome, similar motorhome to this, Auto Comanche, and I think it was the first time they went up to wash the roof and give it a good wash. They noticed all the front end, the pod that goes on, the plastic pod was all cracked and cracking, and apparently Auto Trail don't cover that under the warranty. Wow.
Yes.
So all those things, you've got to look out for these things. And what are the other things? I mean, interior. I think when you look around motorhomes, when we started to look around, we were definitely dead set on an L-shaped lounge.
Yep.
So, somewhere where we could sit around a table, be more sociable, somewhere to eat, and,
But that was a mistake, having a fixed table.
Having a fixed
Don't
table
ever
that you
get-
can't just
no,
move out the
that-
way.
No.
Big mistake, wasn't it?
Because some members of our family couldn't sit down because they're large people, and that was ridiculous.
Those old fatties, you know who you are.
You can go like this and that with it. Well, it was a squash for everybody.
It
and
was.
It was not good.
Me as well.
Yeah, and me. So that's one thing. And
Yeah.
also, I didn't like the 1 or 2 steps to climb up. That was another thing I don't think you need. And also, one other thing is really important is if you see if you can make sure you can get it on your driveway, and then you won't have to pay storage or anything.
Indeed.
That's most important if you've got a driveway, isn't it?
It is.
Because you can plug it into your electric a bit and then keep it nice in the winter. Your tanks won't freeze up.
Having a big lounge is a real bonus because, it's more comfortable, more spacious. The Auto Trail Comanche, probably one of the only motorhomes that has a lounge layout with this seats that face each other, big long bench seats that face each other, and there's there is a removable table to go in, but we tend not to use it because it is too big. Again, looking at storage, plenty of cupboard space is a must, and you really ought to look for cupboard space that's accessible, because as you will have seen on other motorhomes and people reviewing things, cupboards can be really, really high up, and you need to have a step ladder almost to reach things. So accessible cupboards, and I'm pleased to say that apart from the front cupboards on here, which do sort of go right out over the sort of windscreen, everything else is accessible without climbing up. So that's been a real good thing.
I think
we
one
might,
thing...
We might have to turn the light on, because I noticed that
we get very dark.
The background light, I'll just switch the lights on here.
Yeah.
There we go, little lighting adjustment, and
Back
we can
in the,
see
back
you.
in the room.
Yeah. So,
One thing I think, though, that I don't
And
like
there's-
about this van is I think it's too big sometimes. It causes us problems about getting in, parking it sometimes in places.
going to supermarkets, clearly very difficult to get,
And on street parking, because it's
nearly,
so big.
It's nearly
yeah.
30 feet long, 29 feet long, 8.7 metres, whereas the last van was 7.5 metres. But even that was, still quite big. I mean, they're big vehicles, so you don't really want to be parking them on the street anyway.
No, you don't want to be, but...
So, I don't find it a problem.
No.
But it is something that you should probably think about.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have the smaller panel vans, and they're much easier. You can park them in a standard car parking space, because they're they're like 6.5 metres long, or 6 metres long.
And if we'd got a smaller van, when you got to 70, there wouldn't be any problem with still continue driving it.
Well,
but now
I think there's a lot of confusion over
Yes.
that. In that, when you get to 70 on a UK licence, you need to reapply and fill out a form and have a medical to make sure that you're still fit enough under their rules to drive a 5-ton vehicle or anything over 3.5 tons. It's not really a problem unless you're not well, and maybe then if you're not fit enough to drive something that big. I know the rules are a bit wishy-washy around that, but if you're not fit enough, then you probably shouldn't be driving it anyway. So but we've sort of got that in our heads, haven't we?
Yeah.
When in another 8 years, when I get to 70, I'll have to reapply for my C1 license to drive this, and who knows what life will be like then? Who knows? We may be still travelling. We may not want to be travelling still. We might have migrated to a boat. Who knows? Because that was our original plan, wasn't it? But then getting back to the configuration, in the first van we went for the huge garage, and it was really, really cavernous. It was, we could fit almost everything we owned in the garage. Yeah. But the downside of that was that the beds were raised up, and there were 3 steps up to the beds at the back over the garage, and we in the excitement of buying that van, and I think there can be a lot of that when you're buying a van, we considered that wouldn't really be a problem, and that we would manage, and that we would cope, and it wouldn't, neither one of us would fall out of bed, but actually in the event we both had little accidents coming out of bed, coming down those steps in the middle of the night, missing a step, forgetting there was an extra step, and and falling over and banging ourselves into things. So you really need to think about those. And although those raised beds, feel like they're okay, actually I'd always recommend to never have them.
I think you too. It was the first time we'd had sort of like single beds and that, and it wasn't very cosy.
It was a weirdy, a bed one side, a bed the other, and a detachable section in the middle, which made it like a triple bed. Like it was bigger than any bed. If you looked the full width of it, that was wider than any bed that we'd ever slept in. And we've slept in super king size beds for years. So and we were sort of really, really physically far apart. So that was an issue. That I knowing what we know now, I would never choose that configuration.
No. It might suit some people, but it didn't.
It might.
But we get excited. You see a van, you think, "Oh, I want that one. I want that one." But everyone, I think if you can get it right the first time, you're very lucky. But you must have done
impossible.
Well, you can do a lot of research and get it right. I mean, it's our fault. We didn't really.
Well, we did a lot.
I thought we did.
Do a lot of research. We spent 9 months looking and choosing and thinking and setting budgets and going around all sorts of different types, and we settled on this configuration because the fact is that when you buy a motorhome, everything is a little bit of a compromise, because even in this huge 8.7 metre van, there are little compromises. There are, because it's just the way it is. Like the cab seats. There's not enough room in the cab to sit in the 2 people in the cab seats facing into the lounge and have your legs comfortably not touching the other or folded over somebody else. That's just a tiny compromise. Whereas if the van was a bit longer, then these sofas could be the same length but further back. And those cab seats could turn round a bit more and still be comfortable for 2 people to sit in. So, you know, everything's a little bit of a compromise. One thing we'll probably never compromise on again is the double island bed.
No.
And that was, you know, we sort of thought we wanted that, but then, you know, we compromised on that, and we shouldn't have done it at all. We should have insisted on the island bed and gone for a van that had the island bed first of all. Lucky enough, you know, we ended up with the Auto Trail Comanche with the island bed, and it is such an absolute bonus, isn't it?
We've had her a year now. January, just about the beginning of January, yes. Yeah.
So it's been,
and we've really made it a home now. As I look around, I can see all the little things we've put up, and we'll have to show you everything. It is a home.
We'll leave that for another
video.
Yes,
we will have to. Yeah.
But these, you know, all these things, you know, you need to think about and consider when you're thinking about buying a motorhome. You know, are you going to be doing a lot of off-grid? Are you going to be doing any wild camping? You know, are you, you know, because the size of the van in terms of wild camping makes a big difference. Are you more outdoor people, and can you do with a smaller van and live more outdoors? Do you need lots of storage space? Can you put stuff on the roof? Are there storage cupboards outside? You know, all those little bits and pieces. I mean, some of the things that we, you know, they're not essential, but they're little bonuses, like the external shower point. You know, we've got a point in the outside that's a hot and cold water tap mixer, and it has a little hose with a shower end on it, where we can use to, you know, wash our own shoes, feet, wash Pippin. You know, you could even have a full shower if you were brave enough to stand outside and do that. You know, the external barbecue point, absolute essential, I think.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely,
just to plug
Steve,
into your
definitely.
gas. Refillable gas bottles, another, you know, real good idea. You know, and people have said to us, oh, you know, you can't, you know, refill your gas bottles in these countries, blah blah blah. You know, there's all doom and gloom and nonsense, but actually, the refillable gas bottles are excellent. They are really excellent, and I don't think it matters which type you get. We've got the Gas It system. There's a Gas Low system, or Easy Fill, or whatever. But as long as you've got an external filler point and you get all the 4 country pump adapters, then you're away. You just, you know, it's all good. Yeah. So microwave. Do you need a microwave? I'd question whether you do need a microwave. We use ours so infrequently.
Yeah, but tonight I'm happy we've got one, because I'm going to have jacket potatoes. So we don't have to put the gas oven on.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't often have them, but it's funny you saying that, because that's what I fancy.
Well, in terms of jacket potato, it's almost useless trying to cook a jacket potato in a caravan or motorhome oven. The gas is just doesn't burn hot enough to heat up the oven properly. It just doesn't. In both motorhomes and in our caravan, the ovens were just no good at cooking jacket potatoes. No good. So microwave it is, but one of the few uses for a microwave. If you know of a way of cooking a jacket potato that doesn't require an oven that comes with your caravan or motorhome and doesn't require a microwave, let us know. There's a challenge. Anyway, well, that's it for today. Those are our thoughts on buying a motorhome. I hope we've helped and not confused too much. It is a very confusing time when you're thinking about getting a motorhome
exciting
for the first time, all changing.
Yeah,
it is really confusing. But if you've got any questions about what you should be looking for, pop them in the comments below, and we'll do a Q&A if there's enough,
Yeah, we will.
2 or 3.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
we'll answer those, and I'll give you my opinion on what you should be doing in terms of those questions.
And I'll give you my opinion as well.
Yes.
So that's
Okay.
it then. Yeah.
That's it for now.
So-
If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Just click the thumb up button and subscribe to keep following us and our journey as we travel around the UK and Europe,
Yep.
living full time in this motorhome. And don't forget, if you don't want to miss any of our content, click the bell icon and we'll send you a reminder when we upload. That's it for now. We're going to see you again soon. Bye bye. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for
And
watching.
thank you for watching, and thanks for your help and comments.